Hi and welcome to Financial Freedom for Gen X with Kirsty and Steve. So, Kirsty did a video last week introducing a way of us being able to fund or assist in funding the Chateau that we're looking at. Now we had a couple of DMs come back from Facebook. So first off, Kirsty would just like to apologise. We're still learning how to do things in mass rather than just one or two. She didn't realise that when she sent out links on Messenger, it created a group. So we're personally apologising. We didn't mean to create a group. We just meant to send the posts out. In future, we have learned, so we will correct it, and hopefully that will not happen again. So that's number one. Cheat notes. Okay. Tax deductible. Comment that Kirsty made in the last message. It is tax deductible, 100%, but from what we have found on the website, it has to be $2 and above. Obviously, we don't care if it's $1, 50 cents, whatever. But if you want it to be tax deductible, then it needs to be $2 and above. So that answers that question. The other question that we had come back, and this is like a double barrel question. One is, do we have a Chateau in mind? And two, how long is the process? How long is a piece of string? So from looking at the programs on YouTube of other people that have done Chateau work and everything else, it ranges between 2 years and I think one couple took 10 years. It's not going to take us 10 years. I'm just clarifying that now. But it takes on average between 2 and 5, and then you have an outliner where some people take about 10. It is very much a personal thing. You've got to, if anyone's ever bought a house, and most of the Gen Xers that we're talking about have, when you walk into a house and you just get that I'm home type feeling, that's pretty much what we're aiming for. So yes, one of the questions is, we will not be buying something off pictures. We will fund ourselves to go over, have a look at the Chateau, and if it meets what we perceive are the requirements of turning it into a B&B, then yes, we will. Expectations and abilities. Coming to renovations, we have a lot of abilities to do it because we've been renovating before we got together and when we got together. We've built like custom made backyards, decking, painted houses, decorated houses, hung wall curtains, done pelmets and all that type of stuff. Pulled up floors, relaid floors. So it's not something that we're not prepared to do. Yes, we are considerably older, and hence why we're asking for the assistance with funding, because we obviously, at this age, it's a bit more difficult to produce that quantity of money. Why fund us? Why not? And that's pretty much it. So we're not going to beg for money. That's something that neither Kirsty or I do. We are asking for assistance with funding because we believe it's a worthwhile cause. And restoring a nice old building is something that both Kirsty and I love. Kirsty loves the old 17th, 18th century type houses with the big high ceilings and everything else. Me being mechanically minded, I love the architectural side of it, like the inlays in the roof, the cornices, the way that the walls are done and everything else. It's fascinating how they used to use Hessian as a wall backing to be able to put wallpaper on to allow the walls to breathe. And if you don't know that, that's a new thing we've just learned. So it's so interesting. especially with the construction of the older buildings compared to the newer ones. So we've dealt with the messages. We will keep you in the loop. And one thing that we probably are looking at doing is when we kick off the YouTube channel and everything else, there'll be a paid version and unpaid version. We are looking at possibly possibly everyone who's donated, putting them in as a paid member already, because you've already contributed. And then we can sort of figure out how things work from there. Again, we're still learning about all this stuff because this is all new. So where are we? Chateau, how long? Traveling. So that basically covers all of the questions that we had. On behalf of Kirsty and me, we greatly appreciate the support. One thing I am going to ask is, we keep on telling you what our definition of financial freedom is. I would really like for someone, listeners, to drop a hint on what their financial freedom looks like. Are they in financial freedom? How did they get to financial freedom? So that type of stuff, it will provide us with feedback to see if we're heading in the correct direction, or if we're just totally gone off track. We don't believe we have, but we would really like the assistance and the feedback. The feedback is more than anything else. So on behalf of Kirsty and me, thank you very much. And we won't go into the main part of the house because it's just boxes everywhere. And Kirsty's been pulling stuff apart and putting boxes and repacking it and this and that and numbering and everything else. So thank you for joining us on our journey to financial freedom, and take care. And all remember, life is always good because we have red wine and Tim Tams. Just Tim Tams are still $6 a packet. Wow.
Actually, no, they're not.
Oh.
Hi everyone. No, they're not. They were half price at $3. So they were back to their normal price. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the bell icon for our next video, which will be next week.
Thank you very much, and be safe. Bye.